Good morning. Okay, we're going to try this again today. I do not have internet still, so I'm using the hotspot again, but I sought out a stronger signal for my cell phone. Hopefully this works. And it's already telling me that it's unstable. All right, it may go up and down. We'll see. I may get cut off, but in any case, you'll know that I'm saying mass. And it'll be for all of you. So good morning, Jeannie. Good morning, CW, CJ, and Maria. Okay. And I think Mike might be joining in, and Greg as well. And anybody else who doesn't, type in the chat, welcome. Okay, let's begin. I'm going to continue a little bit on the money manipulation and the social order, and then we'll have Mass immediately following. In nomine Dei, Patronum Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. So last time we were talking about the periods of boom and bust, or boom and depression, as they're called. During the opening stage, money is increased by the fact that more bank loans are made than repaid. This causes a rise in prices and a corresponding diminution in purchasing power in the money already in the hands of the people. Okay, so during the first stage, the boom, employment increases, producers and traders take loans, there is an increasing demand for goods. Prices continue to rise until purchasers at home whose salaries and incomes have not risen in proportion begin to buy abroad. Okay, so this is linked internationally. This they can do by shipping gold instead of goods, for the price of gold is fixed and has not risen. But the moment gold begins to leave the country, the bankers fear for their solvency, so they do not renew their loans when they are repaid. Money is thus withdrawn from circulation, and the second stage of falling prices begins. The loans contracted when prices were rising have now to be paid back when prices are falling. Borrowers have to sell far more goods in order to obtain the same quantity of money to pay the banks. So a number of traders go bankrupt. Their securities are sold up by the banks or held until later, when another boom will enable them to be disposed of advantageously. The speculators sell when prices are still high, that is, if they are, quote, in the know, and there is a clique and a club, and we all know what tribe they belong to, and then wait before buying again till prices have fallen to the lowest level. Just like what's happening now with the SVB and Janet Yellen and the FDIC. Their little club is making decisions to help themselves, not what's good for the best for the country. Okay, a period of depression sets in and continues till the central bank gives the signal for a new series of loans by buying securities. That action gives the seller's bank a credit balance at the central bank. Thus, that bank, having more cash at the central bank, can create more ledger money. A new credit cycle begins and follows the same disastrous course as the former. The rise of prices in the first stage swindles all the creditors for the benefit of the debtors. The fall of prices in the second swindles all debtors for the sake of creditors. Ordinary people have a difficulty in following all this because they always think of the bankers as lending money or exchange medium that has an existence independent of the banker's fiat. Another reason they have difficulty, and this is me speaking, in these times is that because they're working so much and so hard in order to put food on the tables for their families, and even both husband and wives, that they just don't have time, and they have to trust those who do study this stuff, okay, which those cannot be trusted. Okay, quote, what is not generally realized about the credit cycle, writes R. McNair Wilson in Promise to Pay, is that the bankers are making profits both ways, by compelling buyers to pay them tribute during the booms and by compelling sellers to pay them tribute during the slumps. And all this by means of loans of promises to pay what none of them possessed, money. Ordinary people seem to have, unquote, ordinary people seem to have accepted, as they are meant to do, the explanation that all these cycles are the working of the law of nature. They will do well to read the interesting speeches put into the mouths of bankers and others by Miss G. M. Coogan in Money Creators and R. McNair Wilson in Promise to Pay. According to Miss Coogan, the strong room keeper, the banker, speaking at a meeting summoned to inquire into the cause of depression, quote, in a sad voice, told the committee that he regretted more than anyone in the community that the laws of economics were so rigid and did place such burdens on mankind, particularly on the weaker members of the community. It made him very sad to see undernourished and poorly clad children. But man did not make the laws of economics, and he, as a guardian of the community's money, could do nothing else but recognize those bitter laws. There was simply no solution for the problem except economy. The community would have to face its problems courageously, and they would simply have to economize more until the people either paid what they owed or surrendered their property. That was the only sound solution. They certainly had no desire to violate the laws of economics. Unquote. And what a crock that is. That's me. According to R. McNair Wilson, the banker waxes more lyrical about the laws of nature. Quote, this movement of prices up and down, he declares, is inherent in human nature. It belongs too to the nature of things as well as to the nature of men. Look at the seasons. Out of winter darkness emerges the sunlight of spring, but all too soon the days begin to draw in. Never forget that a banker's first duty is towards his clients, the honest and frugal folk who have entrusted him the savings of their lifetime. Would you have him make use of your savings to attempt to change the laws of nature, to try to sow in a time of reaping? There is no financial conjuring trick, believe me, which can change by an iota that law of nature, that economic law, that inexorable economic law. And that, we all know, is the deception of the banker. And again, because the banker's religion says that they are allowed to lie to the goyim. So it's okay for them to do that, and that's what they do. They actually believe this, which is totally bizarre, and why their religion is satanic. Okay, we'll continue on next time for more. Let us place ourselves now in the presence of God, and in Catholic contemplation humbly adore the Trinitarian Theophany. Most holy and adorable Trinity, one God and three divine beings, I believe that thou art here present. I adore thee with the deepest humility. I render to thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to thee. O my God, I love thee above all things with my whole heart and soul, because thou art all good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of thee, and I forgive all who have injured me and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Let us thank God for the many graces that we receive and offer our sufferings up to the Trinitarian Theophany and the souls in purgatory. O my God, I most humbly thank Thee for all the favors Thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to Thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in Thy service. I consecrate to Thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, O God, that there may be none that is not animated by Thy love, or that would not tend to Thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good. Let us beg of God the graces which are necessary to us. O my God, Thou knowest my weakness, and that I am unable to do anything good without the help of Thy grace. Deny me not Thy grace, O God, proportionate to my necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which Thou forbiddest, to practice the good which Thou hast commanded, and enable me patiently to bear all the trials which it may please Thee to send me. O God, Our Lady, I place myself under Thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of Thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O my God, I am heartily sorry for having offended Thee, and I detest all my sins, because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell. Most of all, because I have offended Thee, my God, who art good and deserving of all my love. I firmly resolve, with the help of Thy grace, to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apote. Oremus. O God, the Creator and Redeemer of all the faithful, grant to the souls of Thy servants and handmaids the remission of all their sins, that they may obtain by loving prayers the forgiveness which they have always desired, who livest and reignest with Thee, one God, forever and ever. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum Hancam Maculatum Hostiam, quam ego in inus famulus tuus offeritibi Deum meum vivum et verum, pro in individuus peccatis et offensionibus et negligentis meis, et promnibus circumstantibus, sera promnibus fidelibus catalocorum vivis aquae defunctis, ut mihi edidis proficietat salutem. Deum qui humanae substantiae dignitatem mirabilitu condidisi et mirabilis reformasti da nobis perihus aqua divino mysterium eis divinitatis esse consortis qui imunitatis nostrae, fieri nantis est partaceps Deum Iesum Christum Filium, qui te vivet et renat in unitati Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Afferimus tibi Deum calicem saetaris, tuam da peccatis clementium ut conspecto divina majestatis tuae, pro nostra totius mundus salute cum odori suavitatis ascendat. In spiritu humilitatis et in animo contritus suscipiam ad Deum Iesum Christum, et sequiet sacrificium nostrum in conspecto tu hodie, ut placia tibi Deum matronam nostra et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Bene Sanctificator, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et benedicit oblata per sequando, et accepere hoc sacrificium tuo sanctum omni preparato. Suscipe Sancta Trinitas Concoblationum, quam tibi efferimus amamon in passiones, resurrectiones et ascensiones, Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorum Deum matronam nostrae, et a Papa Peter Sanctorum et Istorum et Omnium Sanctorum, ut illis proficiat ad honorem nobis autem ad salutem, et illi pro nobis intercedere Tendente celis quorum omum imagimus et eris benedum Christum Deum nostrum. Orate ut meum ac vestrum sacrificium acceptabile fiat op Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipia Deum Iesum Christum, sacrificium de manibus tuis, et laudam et gloriam nominis sui ad utilitatem quoque nostram totiusque ecclesiae suae sanctae. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apud te, sursum corda, habemus ad Deum. Gratias agamus Deum nostrum, inimit justum est. Et ito clementissimi mater pater Deum naturam nostre, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per Deum Iesum Christum Filium tuum, Deum nostre, supplicio camus ac petimus, ut eccepte pes et benedicas ex sanctam sacrificium ilibata. In primis quae tibi efferibus pro ecclesiam tuam sanctam, catholicam, quam pacificare custodiri adonare et regere dinilis toto obiterarum atque catholicae, memento Deum famulorum tuorum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. Neil and Earl Lively, Maria Josephina Mose, Henry and Benedict Santa Croce, Rebecca Santa Croce, Mr. Nobody, Zenedo Luis and Amparo Cantu, Julian Gadavis, Luis Antonio Cantu, Jenna, Lena, Lori, Aaron, and family, and the rest of my children and my wife. We pray for Mr. Nobody to receive the funding and strength needed to complete the first Sedevacantist Catholic Council office at Monastery of Illinois. We pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion or transgenderism of any kind, anywhere, any place, or any time. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor, human value, medium of exchange, and men who know how to run the economy without deception. We pray for courageous men to step forward as leaders of this Catholic society. We ask for the conversion of all sinners trapped in a state of mortal sin, especially the ignorant. We pray for all those families who are losing loved ones unknowingly due to the last 2 years and what they put in their system with a needle. We are in the process of a democide, which I heard is government killing its own people. And we pray for all those who are victims of such. And we ask that God provide a remedy for those who are truly ignorant. We pray for the elimination of all harmful radiation waves in our air and in our homes. We pray to shut down all AI, gateways, and portals, and to shut down CERN. Destroy all the equipment for the Keller and Kendrick families. Et omnium circumstantium quorum tibi fides, we ask all of these requests according to God's holy and divine will. Et omnium circumstantium quorum tibi fides cognita est et nota devotio, pro quibus tibi efferimus, ferruque tibi efferotox sacrificium laudis, pro se suisque omnibus, pro redemptione animarum suarum, pro spe salutis et equalimitatis suae, tibi que redont vota sua eterna Deum vivo et vero. Communicantes et mamonem venerantes in primis gloriose sempre Dei Matronum Nostrae et Deum Iesum Christum, et beatorum martyrium torum Papa Sancte Petri, Sancte Lucia, Sancte Jacinta, Sancte Francisco, Sancte Juan Diego, et omnium sanctorum tuorum quorum eritis praetibus cedas, ut in omnibus protectionis tuae muniam exilio per innum Christum Deum nostrum, quam oblation ut Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibus, consecratem acceptabilum in efficere dignidis ut nobis corpum, et sanguinem fiat delictis mi filium tuum Deum Iesum Christum, qui pridie quam pater recepet abanam in sancta sacramentabus manus suas, et derivatis oculis in caelum arte Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum suum omnipotentem tibi gratias agens. consecravit fredi de quellum sui dicenzo cipite et mandocate ex hoc omnes. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Simili modo postquam ceremonias accipiens et hunc preclarum calicem in sancta sacramentablis manus suas identibi gratias agens Deum Patrem Spiritum Sanctum, consecravit de quellum sui dicens accipite et bibite exel omnes. Hic est enim calix sanguinis mei mysterium fidei, quae pro nobis et pro multis effundetur in remissionem peccatorum, equatescum refrigeritis in meum facietis. Unde et memores Deum nos servatui, sede plebs tua sancta iustem Christum filium tuum, Deum nostre tambe et passiones, nec non et ab inferis resurrectionis, sed et in celos gloriosi ascensionis afferimus, preclare majestate tui tuis donis actatis, supra quae papetio axa renovutur respicieri digneris. Sublices eragamos Deum Patrem Spiritum Sanctum, ibe hic peperipe manus tuum, ut quod, executaris participationem sacrosanctum Deum Filium tuum corpus, et sanguinem subservimus omni benedictione celestia gratia repe amor, per innum Christum Deum nostre. And we pray for the deceased, and we especially pray for Julia Stelzer, for whom this Mass is being offered. Ipsistem et omnibum in Christum crescentibum, locum refugeri lucis et pacis, ut in todes et depracamur, per innum Christum Deum nostrum. Per quem hec omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas, sanctificas, vivificas, benedictis et prestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso est ibi Deum Materam omnipotenti in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Deum matronam nostrae gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum, sanctum tuum in mulieribus, Deum matronam nostrae materam Deum Iesum Christum, misericordia nobis peccatoribus nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos quae sumus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum ab omnibus malis, praeteritis presentibus et futuris, et intercedente beata et gloriosa semper Deum matronam nostrae, cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis da propitiis pacem in diebus nostris. Ut ope misericordiae tui aduiti et peccato simus semper liberi, et ab omni perturbazione securi. Per iendum Deum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium tuum Deum nostrum, viticum vivet et renat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam. Pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum, et quoque apud te. Ecum extio consecratio corporis et sanguinis Deum Iesum Christum, fiat accipientibus nobis in ad salutem aeternam. Pax tecum, et quoque apud te. Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deum matronam nostrae, cooperante Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per mortem tuam unum vivificasti, libera me per hoc sacro sanctum corpus et sanguinum tuum ab omnibus iniquitatibus meis, et universis males, et fac me tui semper in harare mandatis et unum quam separare permittas, qui cum eodem Deum matronam nostrae et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, vivis et renam aeternam. Perceptio corporis tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego in unus sumere presum non mihi proveniet in editium et condemnationem, sed pro tua pietate prosit mihi tutum in medici corporis, et ad me dedam percipiendam, qui vivis et reinas cum Deum matronam nostrae, in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Panem celestem accipiem et lumen Deum Iesum Christum invocabo. Deum matronam nostrae non sunt dignius, ut itis subjecta meis in tanto verba salvatorem mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sunt dignius, ut itis subjecta meis in tanto verba salvatorem mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sunt dignius, ut itis subjecta meis in tanto verba salvatorem mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima meam. Quid retuum Deum Iesum Christum pro omnibus queritur mihi, calicem saitaris accipiem et nomen Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum invocabo. Laudans invocabo Deum matronam nostrae et ab inimicis meis avocero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima meam. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet animam tuum. Codore sensimus Deum Iesum Christum piedamente capeamus et immunum et tempore fit nobis remedium sempiternum. Corpus tuum Deum Iesum Christum constantia sanguis competrave sceribus meis presta, ut in me non remenia cielo la macula quam pura sancta refugena sacramenta. Deum vobiscum, quoque apate. Oremus. O my Deum Iesum Christum, please pardon my sins and save me from the fires of hell. Please deliver all souls from purgatory, especially those who most need. And may the prayer of thy suppliants profit the souls of thy servants and handmaids, we beseech thee, O God, that thou mayest free them from all sins and make them sharers in thy redemption, who livest and reignest with thee, one God, forever and ever. Deum vobiscum, quoque apate, ite mise est. Deum gratia. Pacia tibi sancta Trinitam, obsequum servitutis mei, et praex aut sacrificium coro, qualis tui maestatis in unus obtoritivis et tratatavim quieta omnibus, pro quibus idut optolis sit miserante perpetuale per Christum Deum nostrum. Benedicat vos omnipotens Deum, Matronam et Filium et Spiritum Sanctum, Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gratias. O my Deum Matronam Nostrae, I believe, I adore, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not adore, do not hope, and do not love thee. O my Deum Iesum Christum, I believe, I adore, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not adore, do not hope, and do not love thee. O my Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, I believe, I adore, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not adore, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most Holy Trinitarian Theophany, I adore thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of God Jesus Christ, present here, in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifferences by which he himself is much offended, and through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart, and the immaculate heart of God our Lady, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Deum, Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. So that was interesting. Thank you and for attending. And we're being attacked in all sorts of electronic ways these days. And but we made it through. The batteries held out on everything. And now I know why we have candles at Mass, because that provides us with light to see and to bring our prayers to heaven. Thank you again for coming. Thank you for your donations. We're busy. It's going wonderfully. And I guess I hate to fall into the trap of subscribing and sharing, but I guess it gets it out to more people. So if you know of anybody that you want to share this with and it would help them, then please do so. And again, I'm not doing this for monetary reasons. It's just to get more people aware of the peace of the Trinitarian Theophany. And so that should do it for today. I'll see you tomorrow, Monday at 7:30, bright and early Eastern Time. And please go and sanctify all those who you meet. And CW, you can go back to bed. Take care.